Okay, so when we're talking about the human body, just like when we draw the face, we have a reference for our proportions. Okay, what is the reference for proportions in the face? What do we measure everything else to? The eyes. Okay, so when we're talking about the body, what do you think we measure everything else to? The head. Okay, so when we're drawing the human body, we want to start with the head and then measure everything from there. So you can use this handout as a reference, but what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to do a basic kind of gesture drawing, kind of like these drawings on the next page. So you can have that out in front of you for your reference. Now, gesture drawing is drawing in a way that we're not trying to create perfection. We're not trying to create perfect drawing. In fact, gesture drawing is mainly used when drawing live people or live models so that you can do it quickly. And so when we're drawing, we want to create multiple circles. Okay, so you can try this along with me right now on a page at the back of your sketchbook. You want to make multiple circles. You want to keep your wrist nice and loose. You want to hold your pencil loosely as well. We're not trying to get the circle right the first time, which is why we draw multiple circles. Okay, so with whatever size you end up drawing your head, okay, that's kind of how we're going to measure the rest of the body. We can do a small set of circles for the neck, which would be about a third of the size of the head. And then we can do the torso. And the torso we measure from the bottom of the neck to the top of the hips, and it ends up being about twice the width of the head. So to measure, you can use your fingers. Okay, you can kind of eyeball it. But we want to create a larger oval for basically it's like the chest area. Okay, then we can do two smaller circles on either side for the shoulders. And then the hips kind of are created with a more of a sideways oval. That would be about the height of a head and two and a half heads wide. 2 to 2.5 heads wide. Again, all of these proportions are slightly different for every person, okay? And whether they're taller, shorter, male, female, this is kind of just your average person that we're drawing right now. Then you can draw a couple of circles for the hip joints where the legs are going to connect into the hips. And for the legs, the length of the thigh bone is about the same width as the torso from the neck to the hips. So you can use your fingers to approximately measure that, and then making two ovals. And see how I'm just drawing multiple circles. And then you can draw in the knees. I'll just move this up a bit for you. And the length of the bottom of the leg from the knee joint to the ankle is about the same as your thigh bone. And you can draw little circles for the ankle joint if you like. And then the feet are usually about half the width of the shin. This person has very long legs. And then I want you to just notice, because people tend to do the arms the wrong length. But if you all stand up right now, put your hands by your side. Okay, notice where your fingertips end. They go halfway down your thigh. Okay? So when you're drawing your arms, put a little indication mark for yourself by the legs so that you can remember that they go down by your thigh. Also, your elbows connect up at your waist, right? So your elbow joints can go by the waist, and then you can create your rest of your arms from there, remembering that the hand goes down to the center of the thigh, so you can create the hand going all the way down. So there's your basic gesture drawing person. Okay, you can simplify it a little bit when you are doing quick drawings by taking out maybe some of the smaller joint circles and just doing the larger circles. You could do just one large circle for the entire torso. And then how you would build on this is you could go in with charcoal, you could go in with another medium, and then you're creating your outlines, your silhouettes around the gesture drawing. So you're building your drawing out from those sketchy lines. Right? So the idea is not to necessarily keep all of those sketchy lines, but to go in and possibly erase some of them later on once you've got an outline for the body that you like. Right? So I'm going in and I'm adding some darker lines, and then I can go in with my eraser and I can start to clean it up, just so that I have the silhouette. Okay, so this is how I want you to start getting used to drawing the body. Okay, we're building on a gesture drawing to get the proportions correct. So keeping that in mind, we're going to do some practice gesture drawings.